In the quest of cleaning Formula One's image, the governing body, FIA, has imposed restrictions on swearing or the use of any foul language while at Formula One while doing the races. Basically keeping Verstappen, Max Verstappen, as the example, the poster boy for this. FIA is coming down hard and drawing up a diktat that no driver should swear around the circuit. And while FIA is trying to project themselves as the savior of the sport, this has led to severe backlash. It looks like a battle is coming upon us. On one side is the FIA, and they're up against Verstappen plus the rest of the drivers. That community service punishment dealt to Verstappen for swearing at a press conference before the Singapore Grand Prix has not gone down too well. And now with this Schoolmaster Act, the drivers are coming together to stand up to the FIA. In simpler terms, the Drivers' Association is swearing that they won't bow down to the body. Here's a report.
The war between Red Bull and McLaren is heating up. But there is a bigger war on the sidelines of the race, and that is between the FIA and the drivers. FIA is busy schooling Formula One drivers on moral grounds. They have called for a ban on foul language from the sport. Unfortunately, this Schoolmaster Act is not sitting down too well with grown-up drivers. The drivers may be out to get each other during the races, sure, but in this battle they are firmly standing together against the FIA. And leading the charge is Mercedes driver and director of the Grand Prix Drivers Association, George Russell.
We don't want to be taking away the heat of the moment emotions that drivers show during a race. It is down to maybe the broadcaster to choose whether they want to broadcast that. It does seem a little bit silly that it has come to this. We have yet to speak to the FIA, but we hope to do so probably next week.
Russell's statement clearly shows that drivers are united in this. To give you a small backgrounder, the FIA came down hard about swearing after Max Verstappen used foul language in the press conference ahead of the Singapore Grand Prix. And that's not all. He was also punished with community service, something that did not go down too well with the Red Bull driver.
I'm always open for a chat, but from my side at the moment, it's not that I am the one that has to reach out with this stuff, with the situation. I also prefer, of course, to talk less, so it's fine anyway for me.
In fact, the reason why everyone seems to stand by Verstappen in this matter alone is because this is a curb on their right to expression. Someone as senior as Lewis Hamilton, in fact, senses the misguided aim of the FIA in this matter.
I think even for Formula One, they know it wasn't a great look, and they're probably looking at figuring something else out moving forward.
Hamilton clearly says that did not look good even from an FIA standpoint, because this is not a clampdown on Verstappen alone. The FIA is trying to come down on everyone in Formula One, so it was imperative for all the drivers to come together and stand their ground. The timing of all this could not be more interesting, because they have banded together despite their individual differences concerning Red Bull, the car Verstappen helps. Red Bull, in fact, is facing heat from rival teams for using a height adjustment device. The racing team is accused of having a competitive edge before the US Grand Prix in Texas. The FIA, meanwhile, isn't just facing heat from the drivers over punishing Verstappen, but also from fans and former drivers. The reason? The same FIA earned millions from an OTT series about Formula One race. And in the series, it's safe to say the swearing part was not censored. The same FIA did not feel the image of the sport was getting tarnished, or that they were setting the wrong example for kids watching, when they were busy minting money through the same series. Now the FIA wants to play the saint, making Verstappen the prime example. And that is what none of the F1 drivers are ready to fall in line for.
Firstpost decodes the U.S. election. Explains how America chooses its president. Your primer on the race to the White House. Everything you need to know about how America votes and its global implications. U.S. Election Explained. Every Monday and Thursday only on Firstpost.